Welcome to Facts in 5, a presentation of the Frutkin Law Firm. We provide our clients with legal services in the areas of business law, asset and estate planning, bankruptcy, and litigation. The Frutkin Law Firm has office locations in Phoenix and North Scottsdale. You can visit us on the web at www.frutkinlaw.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Buck, partner at the Frutkin Law Firm, and I wanted to talk to you today about a new bank foreclosure settlement agreement that was reached between the federal government and a group of the largest lenders and servicers. And actually, to be clear, it's not necessarily a new agreement, but it's a modified version of an agreement that was reached between the government and the banks back in April of 2011. Now, it resulted from poor lending practices and servicing practices, some called it fraudulent practices that the banks had done. And money was set aside to compensate homeowners who had been foreclosed on. This also sets aside money. The problem with the old program was that it was cumbersome, it was complex, it was kind of expensive. And the main problem was that they had third parties reviewing these files, but the third parties were being overseen by the lenders themselves. So the net result was that nobody was really getting paid. Out of all of the files they reviewed, 6.5% actually got any money. So the government wasn't happy with that and entered into this new arrangement. This new agreement is an $8.5 billion settlement. And of the $8.5 billion, $3.3 billion is set aside to compensate homeowners directly, actual cash to homeowners. Now, it doesn't apply to everybody. It applies to those homeowners that were foreclosed on in 2009 and 2010. So that whittles it down a little bit. But of those who got foreclosed on in 2009 and 2010, your loan had to be serviced by one of these lenders. There's 10 of them. Bank of America, Citibank, Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, Aurora, SunTrust, MetLife, Sovereign, and PNC. So there's about 3.8 million people in the United States that fit in that category. So 3.3 is going to be paid out to these homeowners in some fashion. Now, the balance, the $5.2 billion, is going to be set aside to help homeowners with other types of mortgage assistance, like loan modifications or waivers of deficiency judgments. But most people are interested in the cash component at this point. So let's talk about that. This $3.3 billion, the banks are going to be sort of categorizing files from the worst offenders or the poorest practices that were used in the foreclosure to the least. And so they're going to be ranking these. And depending on how badly your servicer handled your foreclosure will depend on the amount of money you get. And it's going to range from a bottom of a few $100s up to a maximum of $125,000. So that kind of gives you the range. There's no need to file any sort of application. You don't have to go online. You don't have to do anything, really. They've appointed what they're calling them is payment agents. And these are kind of the intermediary between the servicers and you. And they're independent parties that are going to be contacting homeowners who fit in this category. And they're supposed to be doing this by the end of March of 2013. So it's going to happen fairly quickly. Somebody calls up and will tell you how much money you're going to get. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be a lot of scam artists out there trying to take advantage of this. So you want to make sure that if somebody calls you, you confirm that they are a payment agent, and you make sure to not give them any personal information. No bank account information, don't give them social security numbers, nothing like that. They should have all that information, and they just need to coordinate how much and where they send the money. So it's important to be aware of that. It is I think, a step forward. This former settlement in 2011 was not effective, and it should, if all things work out, it should get money into homeowners' hands this year. So if you or someone you know was foreclosed on in 2009 and 2010, be on the lookout for that, and hopefully you get some money. Thanks.
Facts in 5 was brought to you by the Frutkin Law Firm. Facts in 5 is a series of short, general, informational presentations for the public. This is not legal advice. You should contact an attorney with specific questions regarding your particular situation. For more information, visit us on the web at www.frutkinlaw.com.